Hey guys, Tightrope here, bringing you a 1v1 today. We are on Nexus. We've today spawning on the right. We have Kobal playing as Ostheer, who has Spearhead, Fishstring armor, and Jaeger infantry. Best offensive from the left, we have Sidewinder playing as the British forces, who has Royal Artillery, tactical support, and special weapons. In terms of rankings, Sidewinder around rank 20, and I think Kobal around 30. So there's Grenadiers on the munitions point cut off there. Section looking for some angles, but machine gun got everything covered at the moment. Sidewinder coming out to this side to do some capping with the 3rd infantry section, and now going for a universal carrier a little bit on the later side. I'm guessing going to go for that straight into tech. But both players hurting for resources. Quite often, you know, the player from this side will go for this fuel instead. But Kobal trying to contest the northern fuel at this stage. Sidewinder now connecting up the munitions. Going to need those for the universal carrier upgrade. Still has to get the tech going. Standard stuff there from Kobal. 3 Grenadiers, MG42. This is, I think, one of the worst maps for the universal carrier. You know, it's quite difficult. There are a lot of, well, at least against Ostheer, you know, against OKW it's not so much of a problem, but against Ostheer in these early skirmishes there are a lot of sight blockers. You know, the Grenadiers can just retreat behind, threaten the Faust, and your universal carrier can't really do anything. Very difficult to play, especially if they're running commander with, you know, an early sprint. Sprint into Faust, a massive threat to the universal carrier. You gotta be very careful about the way you're backing up. Don't want to yourself blocked by a territory point like that. Superior cover positions here for Sidewinder. But here comes the MG42. That could be the equalizer. See this section trying to retreat away. And you just carry a little bit too low to sit in front of the MG42. Otherwise, probably forced him away there.
Threatening a capture point.
And went into another section now after the tech. So Sidewinder going with a more traditional Brit style here with the section spam. Haven't really seen that for a while. I'm sure it's still very strong. Pyro's just going to hit the retreat. Don't try to like hide behind the fence.
Our lines of supply are disrupted.
Interrupt the sandbags. I think generally it's better in these situations to put down wire first and then build your sandbags. Because planting wire takes so much less time.
Let's be off.
No, I thought maybe Sidewinder would find some time here to maybe just go into crew repairs mode to repair this back up. It's not really doing too much from this low on health. He doesn't have any engineers to repair it with either. Not planning to build any as well. Looks like he's going straight into the AEC next, which is a good idea. If you go for the universal carrier, your Ostheer opponent's probably going to want to push out a 2-2-2 very quickly, try and chase it down and kill it before the AEC arrives. It's kind of like a race. In this case, Kobal losing the race quite horribly since his fuel control has been woeful. I don't think he's connected a fuel point, has very few standard territory points even at this stage. And now the MG's in a bit of trouble. Could even get wiped here. He's very unlucky, but looks like Sidewinder doesn't want to come in to attempt the kill. Backing off to the munitions cut off. He does have tech up, but he's gone for early healing as well.
Taking our territory.
But you can see still 10 fuel off, even with the 3 Grenadiers start.
The enemy has broken our supply lines.
So, yeah, he's nowhere near that 222. So in these situations, you're generally thinking Jaeger command squad. Just hitting 2 command points now. This time he's going to hide behind the wall. Because also low on munitions, you know. Wants the extra bit of assistance there, and Tommy's jump out. Io's trying to engage, but they're only a little bit too low. This section's getting some great hits with their rifles, so the Pies can't even win that fight. And they nearly get wiped as well. The AEC on the field. 222 in the build for Kobal. It's very late. He's going to have to be extremely cautious with it. He's barely even got munitions for Faust at this stage.
We're losing a capture point.
Building a pack immediately after that.
All infantry squads can have an additional infantryman.
This is a relatively difficult map to use a single pack on. You know, could have maybe had that as an option. Just skipping the light vehicles altogether, just going for an AT gun. But on this map,
Our capture point.
yeah, it's
They're trying to take
not
it.
easy to cover all of the angles. Just the single AT gun. Looks like Kobal has gone into bolster now. Here's the carrier coming down. 222 looking for a wipe here. Section in a touch of trouble. AC's quite far away still. But he's given up the chase and could still be in quite a lot of danger.
Enemy causing trouble.
Here comes AEC. No snaring squads nearby. Kobal may be chasing a touch too long. Oh, with AEC stopping for accuracy on these shots, and that means he gets out of range.
A capture point
He
is
tried
being
to fire a
overrun.
tread shot there, I think it was. I think just like a raw chase down would have got the job done. Sidewinder maybe trying to play things a bit too fancy there, and that's a very good thing for Kobal, because if he lost his 222 there, I think he'd lost the game, honestly. Struggling this much early on. Doing some capping now. Finally connects a fuel point. But I think Kobal's probably going to need a second pack. He's going to be quite late to the medium tank phase. So maybe in these circumstances you go for... Oh, he's gone for Spearhead, okay. Maybe did that to get the smoke. I didn't see exactly when he locked in. But maybe it was for the smoke to help defend the 222. He's gone for a sniper, okay. It's also a pretty good option against Brits. And in this commander you do have the recon plane, which is pretty good for the counter-sniping wars. So he's picked a good sniper commander. But yeah, after that he probably does need a second anti-tank gun. Expecting your opponent to get those mediums very early on. And because they've got 2 light vehicles, you can actually get some value out of the double AT guns before then as well. Coming from a few angles here.
Reconnaissance Stuka, fueled and ready to
Pack
fly.
rolling up. For the angle here, doesn't quite get it, and the AC's going for a bit of a dive, but there's so many grenadiers nearby. Great long range shot there from the AEC. Takes a Faust, gets around the corner. Ooh, Kobal. Okay, does get away with that grenadier. I'm going to try back this direction. Looks like the pack's chasing around this corner instead of trying to intercept through here. The recon plane up now for Kobal.
Damned enemies trying to take a point from
With
us.
that, he will see that AC is long gone. Sniper coming through the center here, but it's a little bit risky. Comes the pack lining up. One shot. Yes, he backs to the side and gets away. There we go, sniper. 4 kills already. Great start to the action. 222 repairing up. Second machine gun as well for Kobal. Okay, it's also a decent option to help dig in at this phase. Sidewinder has ticked into, or he's picked Royal Artillery. He's not ticked yet. Maybe he's planning to build a Valentine? Just not quite there on the command points yet. I don't think this is a very good idea.
The ability is ready now.
I think his fuel control's been so strong that he just about could have a medium. Instead, he's opting for weapon racks at this stage as well. Certainly makes the sections a lot stronger in the head-to-head, you know, equipping them with Brens, but also makes them significantly less mobile.
Units can now use Spearhead launchers
Worse
to
at
take
flanking
on
machine
armor,
guns,
and
worse
ray
at
guns for
harassing
extra firepower.
snipers. So, this exact circumstance, I'm not sure that is terribly effective. 42 getting decrewed here, the pack forcing away the AEC. And Mavindi is able to jump back on the MG. Another recon plane coming in for Kobal. Doesn't have a sweeper yet on the Pios. So the AEC comes down to this side to force them off the fuel point. Section hiding up in the corner there, healing.
Enemy causing trouble, trying to take
And
one
does
of our
indeed
points.
stop the capture with that. And here come the Brens now. There's big damage. Grenadiers dropping very quickly. Looks like they want to complete the decap, but they're dying too fast. Ends up getting out of there. Did indeed go for that Valentine, but as I was saying, I don't think this is the right call. Like a Centaur or something would have been stronger.
Taking hits from machine gunners.
Oh, this is trouble. 222 rounding the corner, but wasn't on prioritized vehicles, but doesn't need to be because the pack actually finishes the job. Had the long-range vision from the recon plane.
HQ has been upgraded.
Okay.
Medium armor.
Well, a little bit sloppy there from Sidewinder, letting the Universal Carrier die. It's, you know, one of his #1 anti-sniper tools. Now dead.
Reconnaissance flight ready at your disposal.
Still Kobal quite far behind on VPs, but he's got the tools to stabilize now. He's got his battle phase done. He isn't too far away from a medium now. Oh, wow. Sidewinder going for a mortar pit back here. Interesting. This is a pretty shoddy map for mortar pits, honestly. Another reason why this is a tough map for Brits sometimes, apart from the Universal Carrier. Connecting.
Ready for orders.
And another reason why Centaur would be quite nice. No more recon planes.
We're losing a capture
Jumps
point.
into the trench now. Strong firepower here. Kobal not paying attention to his machine gun. Running into the line of fire there. The double Brens are working well on the edges. Performing nicely. Here comes the mortar. Smoke actually to cover the center. Try hide away from that sniper. And Sidewinder building
Enemy is
another
taking
trench.
our territory.
Trying to decap, the munitions cut off, but sniper prevents that. But yeah, I'm very curious to see how this mortar pit positioning works out. Feels like it's too far back. It does cover the whole bottom of the map. Means that he's not going to have much, though, if, you know, Kobal kind of plays a bit more on this side of the map. Still hasn't gone company command yet either. Sidewinder has brought in an anti-tank gun though, but maybe expecting a medium from Kobal shortly, and there's one in the build. Might be about 2 minutes later than usual, but Kobal starting to make this comeback. He's going to clear off that trench as well. We'll manage to get some nice heavy cover positions there. Might not work though from this side of the building. Just for like 1 or 2 models. He comes up as well to assist. Smoke through the center. Valentine on the edge. And a few hits in. Here comes the Panzer IV. The AT gun is close by. He heard it coming through the fog. Kobal doesn't want to chase him any further than that. The AT gun lines up the anti-tank grenades right there as well.
The ability is ready.
It's 2 hits, and now the Valentine could maybe even finish the job on him. Oh, what's that? Panzer IV's pathing. Grenadiers go down, there's sloppy stuff. The AC's coming in from the far side. Concentration barrage, but what is that? Was he on hold fire there? Well, yes, the job done, but oh no, the AC's abandoned. Now a Faust on a command vehicle as well. Command Valentine. Hat finishes off the AEC. Valentine fires off some smoke. Grenadiers looking for another Panzerfaust. And where are these sections going? Not coming to stop this Grenadier. Maybe they're going after the pack, but it's a bit too far away. So pretty big losses there for Sidewinder. But if he can now take some dominant map control, deny the fuel, will be very strong. He's getting picked off by that sniper. Here come the double machine guns for Kobal. Rebuilding one of the lost Grenadier as well. Rebuilding the Grenadier might impact his next medium tank timing, but he's going to go for it anyway.
Heavy mortar, ready and waiting. Completed. What do you want us to do now?
And there we go, recon plane's up again. Bit of a mine down there.
Trying to take a point from us.
We'll see that. 16 kills now for that sniper, considering how late that was brought in. It's a fast accumulation. He's brought in the flares to do some spotting, so he's got his own recon. Early warning. Engineers trying to run away here, trying to bait him into the mine. But Kobal's not falling for it. Doesn't have the sweepers upgrading though. And does some nice damage as they run past. Oh, he's also hitting vet. Oh, here we go. Oh, but Sidewinder a little bit slow jumping out. If he jumped out through an AT nade immediately, he had a good chance of getting the kill there. He's probably microing elsewhere, so the reaction was a touch too slow. If he tried to go in for it with the sniper there with the 222, probably would have lost his squad. Questionable, he would have got the kill as well. He still did need to do a little bit of small arms damage
Is attempting to steal
to
our
the
sector.
222. Especially when you've got a minesweeper, you know, once you start dropping down to 2 or 1 models, you basically no
Enemy
small arms
forces are
damage
securing our territory.
anymore. Sidewinder does manage to decap the fuel. So he's going to go for the decap on the victory point as well. Fresh Panzer IV for Kobal though.
Emplacement under attack.
Piet's coming through on the engineers.
We've
6
lost an
pounder goes
anti-tank gun.
down in the bottom. Interesting. Looks like the engineers are going to try to jump on that. Sidewinder has gone straight for Anvil, by the way. And into a Churchill now. Well, I respect the effort. Churchill, of course, does bully medium tanks. It's incredibly high health pool, but Kobal already has Vet 1 on the pack. Attack weak point obviously very strong against the extremely slow Churchill. There's a lot of trouble getting out of the pack's arc before the attack weak point shot can come in. Okay, there we go. Good shot from the 6 pounder. Still causing trouble through the center of the map. Does have access to the heavy mortar barrage though, maybe part of the reason why he decided to try to go for
a capture point.
a fast hammer or anvil tech. Once that heavy mortar barrage unlocked. Use that here, getting some decent hits on the MG42. We're going to try use a Grenadier medkit. Take advantage of that. The flares up again. The Sidewinder. Long cooldown on that heavy mortar barrage. And put your regular barrage on cooldown as well. So, you know, with this mortar pit positioning, the autofire's not really going to hit anything. So he's going to go for some smoke though. Rolling up with the Churchill, second pack in the build for Kobal. This is a strong response. Churchill still playing this conservatively. AT gun positioning for Sidewinder. Oh, but the pack gets a second shot in. Is that an attack round? Seemed like that was beyond max range. Race to the trench. Sections get there first. And win comfortably because of that. Close fight in the north, but these Grenadiers... no vet. Retreats early, doesn't want to drop those brains. Kobal doing a much better job on the victory points now. Strong control in the center. Have some more smoke now though. Recon plane spots the Churchill now, and that's low enough that probably wants to repair it up first. Engineers are planting mines down the bottom though. Hasn't upgraded them to heavy yet either. So repairs are going to be a little bit slow going. And this can be an issue sometimes, you know, with it's kind of what engineer builds. You get the Vickers, you get 2 Piets, you get the sweeper. You load it up, it means you often drop your weapons. It looks like Sidewinder's not going to go repair. Gonna get aggressive. T-gun missing that shot. The sniper takes a spray down, but still alive, half health. Good timing on the retreat. Here comes the second AT gun now. So the Churchill hasn't got much done before that second AT gun arrived to counter it. It's tough for Sidewinder.
Capture
So I
point is
feel like
being
this
overrun.
mortar pit being so far back, you know, he's so reliant on the barraging. Oh, but here we go. Good amount of damage onto the Panzer IV. Especially if he consistently uses the heavy barrage with that
Our
super
capture
long
point.
cooldown.
They're trying to take it.
The mortar pit's damage uptime is going to be very low. Got to play patiently with the Churchill until it gets the that Vickers from veterancy. It's anti-infantry, a little bit lackluster. So just overplay your hand, and Sidewinder does upgrade to the heavy engineers now. It's just about enough for another tank if that's what he wants to go for. But with just the one engineer, keeping 2 tanks repaired up, it's going to be very difficult, especially against these double AT guns. And again, the Churchill being so slow often takes quite a lot of damage.
Heavy mortar, ready and waiting.
And the thing is, you know, Sidewinder doesn't even have that much of an advantage by going for smoke and then trying to charge through the smoke, because double Bren sections aren't the strongest close range units. It's not like charging through smoke with double barrel rifleman or something like that. So smoke's good, but it's not a game-winning maneuver. Playing up. So I want to try to make a move through center, but there's still a machine gun off to this angle. 2 still alive as well. Oh, big heavy mortar strikes. Sniper gets low. Hits in there. And there we go. That's the target weak point. Was pretty much at max range though. In the concentration barrage to try and break up that team weapon formation. The section's getting the pack extremely low, but it just hangs in there. Churchill making his move now. Do we have a Piet squad coming in from this angle? Churchill coming up to the 222. That could go down. Kobal not dodging away with it in time. Oh, the smoke gets around the corner. The attack round connects with the fence. Oh, big hit there from the Churchill. And there you go.
The front line could be lit up shortly.
Second Churchill for Sidewinder. Go for the decap on the Muni point. And gets it, but it costs him a lot of manpower. 3 models dead to that. Again, Sidewinder is going to struggle to keep his Churchills repaired with just the 1 engineer.
These howitzers ready to plaster
He
a
needs to
target.
go for another one next. Doesn't have any vehicle crew repairs or anything in this commander to assist with that repair time. And with 2 engineers, you know, maybe he has enough to occasionally put one inside the mortar pit before he starts the heavy barrage to try and reduce the cooldowns on those barrages. Only have to be inside the mortar pit for, you know, when you start up the barrage, not the entire duration. The reduction in time to work out. And here we go, we've got the Tiger on the field now from Kobal.
We're losing a capture
Only
point.
1 anti-tank gun. Good activation of the sprint though, getting away. He's got the Piets there as well. Tiger committing quite deep, and there's the mine right there, and he does end up connecting. The T-gun setting up for a couple of shots here. The Piets. Oh, why are they shooting at the Panzer IV instead of the Tiger?
Damned
The
enemies
T-gun
trying to
connecting
take
for a
away from us.
few shots. Churchill bouncing a lot though. The Piets are dying very, very quickly.
The AT gun you ordered is ready.
T-gun coming through, but misses its shot on the Panzer IV. In mortar pit auto fire range here, so it's doing some nice work. Oh, the sniper! The sniper this time, Kobal does not react. Other Churchill coming in from this angle has distracted him. Concentration barrage coming in. He's looking for the Tiger kill. The Tiger trying to switch the armored direction. Oh! The airburst shells take it down. Churchill coming back in from the other side. Oh, and he knocks out the Panzer IV as well. Kobal couldn't get away. Huge plays with the second Churchill for Sidewinder. And Kobal just gets absolutely smashed. Completely overwhelmed. Does get away with one AT gun, but he just doesn't have anything really. Tiger, Panzer IV, Pack, Sniper, Grenadier. So many losses. The second Churchill coming in from the north. What a huge play that was. Ordinarily, you might have to worry about, you know, a bunch of like telemines, pretty common telemine area where that Churchill came through, but because Kobal's been spamming those recon planes, hasn't had the munitions to plant the tellers. So, you know,
Ready to bombard with the base
have
howitzers.
helped him out a lot in all the fighting, but maybe coming
Enemy
back to
down
bite
to
him there.
200 points.
222 still alive though. Making a dash for the VP first. Ticking under 200.
Enemy causing trouble.
Still
trying to
does
take
need
one
the
of our
fuel
points.
though as well. Using that sniper was just such a huge loss though. Let's go back into the recon planes. Sidewinder got a second AT gun. I didn't notice this. This is a fresh one. So the one's decrewed back here. Guess he felt he needed a second one to assist against the Tiger, which is a good idea.
Enemy threatening a
Don't worry
capture
about
point.
that anymore though. Intel from the flares, heavy mortar strike coming down. Kobal trying to clear off this sight blocker here, trying to open things up through the center.
An engineer unit
So
is ready for
Sidewinder
action.
sitting up, but camp in the center, but Kobal finds time to get onto the southern VP here. So it's actually Sidewinder who's going to be on the drain. Two kills for the mortar pit. Okay, well. Rebuild on the pack for Kobal, building the sniper again next. So he does need the sniper to contest these infantry sections, which is understandable, but at the same time, when he has two snaring squads, it could get him in some trouble against these Churchills. Good smoke here from Sidewinder, he's making a move. This pack is there. Got some mines, but the 222 has vision. Oh, a crew grenade there from the Churchill. It's the decrew on the machine gun inside the smoke.
Flares ready to illuminate the front lines.
Try to kill off the decrew weapon now. Pack getting some big hits on both the Churchills though. Really wants to kill off that MG. Has to give up on the chase. Did have the option of throwing out a flare on that with his pyrotechnic section. Base howitzer fire most likely would have finished the job there.
A capture point is being overrun.
But he decided he didn't want to feed any more vet to those packs. Both of them vet 0 at this stage, which is a big asset for Sidewinder to try and keep them that way. As they get that rate of fire bonus at vet 2. And the target weak point is just so much more trouble. And here we go, Sidewinder. He ticks and he's gone for a Bofors. It's covering the center. Looks like the way that its tracking lines up though is just atrocious. can barely fire a shot at the recon plane because it starts locking on, but its rotation rate is too slow. So its anti-air capabilities on this particular occasion are quite bad. Does eventually get the job done, but it was kind of close to the plane timing out anyway. Only had about another 10 seconds to go.
Keep up the good work, everyone. They're down to 100 points.
Now he's got the early warning flares up. Maxed out on PopCap. This is what he's got now. Can go for maybe like a forward assembly around here. Could be a decent option at this stage. And kind of maxed out like this. Help your field presence. Kobal getting very low on the victory points. Looks like he's stalling for another Tiger. Churchill rolling up, still not that healthy. Grenadiers are nearby. Slow to react to come through for the Faust. Here they go now. Firing off some smoke. Concentration barrage on the AT gun, forcing that away. Packs doing some good work.
Reports coming in suggest the enemy is down to 75 points.
Good amount of damage done on these Churchills. Sidewinder not going in for the kill. Just happy to keep Kobal contained, let these points drain away. Kobal's going to have one last roll of the dice though. I think he's going to be able to stretch towards the Tiger. Once he has that, it'll be a great option. He needs to bring this machine gun down to assist in this fight. Could have really helped keep these packs secured. Now maybe going to get flanked by this section here. There you go. Sniper's still a thorn in Sidewinder's side. Ooh, didn't really think that one through. Move here with the 222. Try and keep the machine gun safe from this flank.
Ready to plaster a target.
Switched over to the squad that's pinned for some reason. So he's eventually forced that one away. Sidewinder.
Damned enemies trying to take a point from us.
I'll send the Churchill up there next. Oh, but Kobal again finds some time to make a dash for that southern VP.
Enemy threatening a capture point.
Churchill through the center in some trouble. Jumps into the trench with the engineer. Mortar getting going down there with the heavy barrage next. Rifle testing them out there. Double AT guns are up. No steering squads over here. Here comes the pack. Next once. Pops the target weak point, and the Tiger's about to hit the battlefield. Gets around behind the silo before the target weak point has a chance to fire. So avoids that. Take a couple more hits, waiting here with this section, ready to cap the VP as soon as the machine gun is forced away. Caps down the bottom with this one-man engineer is very risky. But trying to close out the show here. 52 VPs remaining for Kobal. He's coming up to the north with the AT gun, with the Tiger. Going to be able to complete the decapture here, but that Tiger probably unwise to go for the full cap.
The enemy only have 50 points left.
He's going to risk it, Sidewinder. Recon plane coming in for Kobal again, but does have to contend with that Bofors. Oh, he completes the cap. Tiger getting some bad RNG with the shots from the main gun. Okay, jams the capture. Bofors doing some work. Already shot down the recon plane, working on the squad that's sent to next. Sniper now doesn't have any screening infantry. Machine gun setting up. About to get flanks. Churchill finds itself in some trouble. It's low. AT gun is on hand for Sidewinder though.
They're at 25 points. Bloody nearly broken.
No reposition on the machine gun, trying to stay in position, keep this squad suppressed, but the crew members are just dying too fast. Machine gun unable to even fire. That's how it's working on Kobal, but he's so desperate. 18 VPs remaining. Has to make a move to come into the center, even though his army's quite weak. The Bofors just locking them out. He needs to make a play for the south again, but he feels he doesn't have the time. And that Bofors is just such a menace. Completely shutting out the caps. And Kobal just doesn't have enough time to deal with it in this situation. Tide coming down. Churchill making some plays. Oh, there goes the sniper. Churchill sees to that. Really, going to fire off a Faust. That's the engine crit, but was it not an engine crit? Did he instantly repair off? It was under fire though, right? I don't know. Yeah, there we go. Sidewinder getting off to a very strong start in the engagements. Kobal, just awful fuel control. That 222 came in at what, like 7.5 minutes? Very, very slow. And Sidewinder just had such a big lead from there. Decided to go for the Valentine, which I'm not sure was the right call. Like weapon racks into Valentine. I think a Centaur would have been stronger, but ended up going all right. Took a bit of a bad trade for the first medium tank of Kobal. And kind of let Kobal back in the game at that stage. I think Kobal making the right choices, going for the sniper, going for the team weapon, digging. Just about got himself back into a winning position this game, but Sidewinder with that second Churchill coming in on the rear, just completely devastating Kobal's remaining army. Taking out the Tiger, what was it? Tiger, Panzer IV, Grenadier, I think, and AT gun. That was a big play, and from there, Kobal didn't really have much of a chance to grind his way back in. Interesting positioning on the mortar pit. Kind of just like a heavy barrage and smoke tool from back here. Doesn't really get to use much auto fire. But it did alright, and most importantly, it stayed alive. And I think this was quite a smart option. Going for the Bofors, helping lock down the center, shoot down those recon planes. Pretty good idea there for Sidewinder. But yeah, we saw the impact of Kobal, spending so much munitions on the recon planes, no Telemines to shut down these Churchills. And that did kind of backfire on him somewhat. Especially because quite often, especially with Sidewinder only having one engineer for a good portion of this match, it's often tied up repairing almost the entire match. You don't have many opportunities to run forwards and do sweeping. So the mines can be very effective, but yeah, not this time. GG. Well, anyway, guys, wrap on that. If you like your game to be cast by me, details are in the video description below. Otherwise, I'll catch you all for the next thrilling installment. Goodbye and good luck.